Yup. Shit. You know what it is. I gotta sit here and pay attention to Gil Cole all the time before I even get in. I already see up the laughing faces, so all I gotta do is look for the laughing face, and then after I look for the laughing face, see who wrote it. That's it. Then I know it's some buffoonery that's coming up. Yeah. So no disrespect and nothing like that when I say sit your ass down, but that, I put up to Larry Holmes. Larry Holmes say sit your ass down. Anyway, I guess this thing is acting up today, so I had to reset. I got to reset some things, so I'm gonna have to go through each one of these screens because it took my audio out for some reason. But anyway, let me re-salute everybody. We meet till this day. Salute Gil Cole. Salute to Lala D. Sit your ass down. She said a Cynthia, and she got the hands up good. You know what I mean? She's driving right now, so she has to be sitting her ass down. But anyway, that's what Larry Holmes up there for. Tell y'all with the hands, sit your ass down. Yeah, I had to reach. I had to change. I had to add another mic. Yeah, I don't know what was going on. Yeah, but I come in, you're already clowning. He said the new truth. Yeah, but no, it's not one per. It's not gonna be one person. So don't get it. I mean, it's not gonna be one person. Yeah, it's always gonna be more than one. You know, it's gonna be a new truth or whatever. Yeah, I see what happened. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go through these things and change it. So when I change screens, I gotta add some audio to it. For some reason, this program stripped my audio, and so we don't know what else is stripped. But we gonna see what it do. But when I say the truth, we're not talking about just one truth. So get off that PlayStation, Gil, and pay attention today. You already come in here laughing and stuff. You like to play around. And Lala, you were supposed to come back. What happened to you? You didn't come back there. You were supposed to come back and see the eagle. Eagle. Eagle's weird. I still miss my boy too. I met my elder. He still haven't came out. He hasn't been out in the city, so I haven't seen him. Yep, that's what you get. I took my car over to the city, man, and I don't know. Some idiots, they threw some stuff on my car. I don't know what it was, man. It looked like it was some kind of greasy stuff. The birds already got me, but somebody threw some stuff at the. But that's why I park in the ghetto. What you expect? But usually they take care of him. I'm gonna ask them why y'all ain't take care of Chief like y'all supposed to. I don't like that. Yeah, I was just thinking. I have some silly thoughts sometimes, like when it comes to taking showers. This is just something off. This is off top, but yeah, this is this adult talk. But when it comes to taking showers, man, do you leave? Who leaves the shower on when they get out the shower? In other words, the shower head. Who leaves that turned on? Do you guys leave that on? Because for me, as always, that's like I don't like when people do that when they get out the shower. They leave that on because when you're going to take a shower and you go turn that water on, the first one you turn on usually is cold. Some people turn, if you're an idiot, you turn on hot because you can't trust that hot because it might be hot. And that cold be cold as I don't know what. So I always have it turned off. And I warm the water up. I have the water going into the tub or shower. Well, if you're just getting into a regular shower, it's different. But if you have a tub, if you could take a bath or a shower, then I always have the water going down, and then I turn it on after I get it to the temperature I want, and then I turn the knob for it to come out. But anytime that I'm like, if I share somewhere with somebody, no matter who it is, like you share a hotel, whatever. They always, when I go to the shower, man, the damn shower head is always on. So when I stick my arm in and turn the water on, I'm getting all, and I might not even be ready to take a shower. I still got a shirt on or something like that. My shirt get all wet or something like that. I always got to check. Because these idiots, I like to have the water going down first. That's just me. I don't know. Some people like to have the damn shower. I don't know. For me, it's like a common sense thing. I'm just saying, for me, it's like a common sense. Well, just have the water going into the tub so that way you can get it warm, the temperature that you want, and then switch it on. I don't know how in the hell they get in the shower. They just hop in the shower, turn the cold on, and then they're like really stupid because the cold water hits them. Like every time they get in the shower, they're like, it's freezing and shit. And then they adjust it. They do that every time, and they still haven't, like, it don't click in. It just never clicks in. So I like to, that's just me. And Lala said no. She don't leave that. She turns it down like I do. Yeah. He said, I'm about to get off work. He said, yeah, the champ still got to work. Yeah, that's right. Oh, yeah, I thought you was off like right now. You should have been off like 7 minutes ago, Gil. I know you. Look at that. I know your schedule. You should have been off. Okay, that's one tip. So that's one thing. So me and Lala, we got that in common. So we could share a 2-bedroom or something because she got the same kind of idea that I do. So she likes to get her water right first before she go, turning that shower up. Another tip. I'm gonna give y'all a tip today. A little short tip. Cause I go to the store sometimes, and you know how you have these bags, right? Like to put your right here. You see what I mean? But a big bag. So you have the ones that you're gonna put your vegetables in, produce and stuff like that. And they make them shits real tight, to where you like, and you can see the perforated edge, but you can't get the shit open. It's like, what the hell? And so what you do is you take a little bottle, you get like one little plastic bottle like this. Doesn't have to be real big, just 2 ounce, something like that, little 2 ounce bottle, this with spray, like spray water. So you spray your fingers and then rub your fingers together, a little bit of water like that. And so that way your fingers are a little bit wet. And so that matter, you grab that bag, you just go like that, just snap it and it opens. You'll hit the wrong end, then you hit the other end. Because it seems like every time I go, I got to help somebody out, like an older person. They're like, "Oh, can you help me with the bag?" They're like, you got some people professional. They just do both hands. Like, I just like, forget all that. I don't want to learn how to do that. I just get my hands right and then do like that. Just snap my finger like that and they open and then blow the air in it. That's just tips. But I'm hopeful that my people that come to see me is all grown and they learn little tips and stuff after they've done it so long. That they just learn how to do shit. But some people is just dumb. They just like, you just sit there and watch them struggling with something. Like, you just gonna struggle with that shit like all day. You just ain't gonna ask for no help or try to figure out, I can't figure it out. Well, 30 minutes. And how you figure that out? I'm like, moron, I've been living. You see what I mean? I got a life, so I've been living. So we gonna we'll start. We'll talk about the old folks first. Yeah. Okay. Well, come in here. Okay. You got some good tips right here, but come in and say hello first. Yeah. Khabib's is back. Khabib's hat is back in here, and he's talking about he's back again. Okay. Well, that's good. If somebody really seeing you like that, so what they like, oh yeah, you back. Well, sit your ass down. Sit your ass down and listen. And it's good to buy fresh veggies. You're right. Because we were talking about that. You know, we don't just talk this straight boxing all the time. But let me put this up for you. Because ain't no telling what you're doing. This is our spokesperson for sit your ass down. No disrespect. But come in, wherever you at, in the car, on the couch, on the bed, sit your ass down. Don't be laying down. Don't get too relaxed. Because sometimes we say stuff in here, or I read something off and it's so funny you're going to end up peeing yourself. So be careful. Be careful when you come in the Eagles Web. But we got these two fighters. And so let me put up my page here. And they both talking about knockouts. Yep. Yeah, that's the sit your ass down jab. The Larry Holmes sit your ass down jab. Yeah, but make sure before you hit live chat, make sure you always hit live chat. But before you hit live chat, always make sure that you hit that like button. Jab the like button and come on in, see live, and sit your ass down, and we can go. But anyway, there's Tyson sitting on his butt, and Roy Jones stretched out too. So, you see what I mean? There he is, face down. But I'm just wondering, because they both training for the knockout. And I know I had this up before. Retire me, please. Yeah, but it's still in effect. I can still use this because some people need to be retired. But since they are gonna fight, and I don't know who you guys have or nothing like that. I know we got Roy. A lot of people saying Roy Jones, but Tyson serious. So they both want the knockout, but they're calling it an exhibition. But they both want knockouts. Well, how is it an exhibition if you're both going for knockouts? So I don't know. It may be worth buying. It may be worth purchasing that, to see the knockout. It's going to probably be a meme, after the knockout. We still going, me and Gil still going with Roy Jones, though. I know why he going with Roy Jones, because he's from Florida. But I like Roy. They was just talking about Roy in some article. Talking about it was unbelievable. Remember his first loss? And I'm not talking about I'm not talking about that one. I'm not talking about the disqualification loss. I'm not talking about that one. Because he came back and got that. Yeah, I'm talking about the loss to Tarver. Oh my goodness. Yeah. So that was devastating. I know a lot of people was crying. You know what I mean? It was wild because that was one of my favorite fighters, man. I used to like the whole showmanship, the whole hype job and all that. And so you take this guy with the whole hype job, the fans, the girls going crazy and everything else, guys going crazy, girls going crazy, kids going crazy, and they like that skill set and all that. And the commentators hating. The commentators going crazy too because they hating. They go crazy for a different reason. They went crazy because they was just on that hate shit. Oh, let's hate. And that's all that was. They was just hating. They was on that mad type of hate too. Yeah. That was, what was that, HBO? The HBO commentators. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Lampley and the other bum. both of those. But they got rid of. They can't even do boxing. They don't even do boxing no more. But yeah, they had the most hate for fighters that was popular in the United States when they were like, I'm gonna just put it out there just like it is. The ones with the browner skin, because I don't know what their nationality is, because I don't know, people claim so many different things. I don't know. It's shameful to claim a certain nation and you don't even speak none of your national tongue or nothing. I don't know. For me, that's kind of weird, because most people that come from Spain, they call it Spain. You know, they speak Spanish. And most people come from Italy, they speak some form of Italian. People that come from France, they speak some type of French. People that come from Germany, they speak some type of, German. Even if you spoke a couple of words, a few words, a couple of sentences, you should know your heritage. Somebody should have taught you in your family. You can't really take that away from people. People say this, okay, this is part of, grown folks chat. So a lot of people say that a lot of things were stolen. Well, if they stole it, if they steal something, somebody steals something, do they destroy it when they steal it? Or do they have it if they stole it? Usually if something's stolen, that's because somebody wants it. Or they need to have it. It's either a want or a need when people steal. You need to because you need, some kind of money. So you stole something because you need something else. Or you want it. Oh, I don't have that, so I'm going to steal it. So what happens when you steal shit? If something's stolen, and do you know who the thieves are? Well, if you know who the thieves are, they request it back. And nobody ever requests anything back that is stolen. Besides, there is some people, I know my people, I know we always request everything back. We want all our stolen land back. We want all of our stolen land. You see? But people, I'm saying, you don't speak the language where you come from, but a lot of people don't know where they come from. They think they know, but they don't know. Oh, where you from? Oh, I'm from this and that. I'm from Ireland. I'm from here. I'm from there. Russia. Okay, but where's your 1,000 years ago, where was your parents from? Where your foreparents from? Uh-oh. Then they get lost. And this land where I'm at now, this is where I've always been from. Since the beginning of man himself. Right here. Anyway, that's something to put on. I like to put stuff on the brain. Okay, let me see. Roy never KO'd James Toney, though. Never forget that. I'm a James man. I like James Toney, but James Toney shouldn't have beat Michael Nunn. Michael Nunn was messing around because Michael Nunn was piecing him up. Yeah, but it's a lot. You said Roy lost the plot in Russia. It's gone insane. The Russians love Roy. Yep. 2 seconds versus Tony. I did shit after that. Yeah, well, Tony couldn't get on track. Roy was trying everything he could to get on track against Tony, but none of his stuff was really working. But once he did the chicken dance, it was over with. He did the chicken dance, and then Tony tried to do the chicken dance, and that's when Roy caught him and took him down. No matter if he was hurt bad or not, he did receive some uppercuts and some other punches, and he did go down. He went whirling back. He did the backwards running man over into the ropes. Yep. We meet till this day. We are king. He said, okay. He said, hat. He said, sit your thin or thin him for Eagles way of boxing. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, he'll end up like that. He is kind of blowing up the chat. Yeah. I don't know what you're talking about. You said they ain't white. I don't know. You said they ain't white and said I'm English from near Scotland, Spain, Italy, being racist to black people. I don't know who black people are. So when people start using that, I got black people to come in here that they don't even know what black people are. So I don't know what black people are. I've never seen one person ever black. Never in my life. I've never seen a black person. I've seen some different shades of brown people. which everybody has a shade of brown in them. There's only a couple of nationalities that don't have brown in them, but most nationalities have a type of brown in them. You go from light brown, tan, all the way down to dark brown. Never seen anybody black. And see, when you put something black, what is the language of black people? So because you put down near Scotland, first you're English and then near Scotland. You say you English and then near Scotland, and then you saying that Spain, Italy being racist to black. So what is black? Does black speak Italian? Does black speak Scottish English, or English? What is black? Black is the essence of all colors. But what is black when it comes to people? Is there a people that is actually black to where they're the essence of all? You said Italy, Spain is black. You said, look in the mirror, fools. I hate racism. Well, I don't care about racism. I don't believe in race, first of all. Because a lot of people that talk and don't like race, they talk about race, but then all of a sudden what they end up talking about is they talk about race, but then they'll use races, but they'll name nationalities, and then when it comes to race, then they'll name colors. See? You're not a racist if you're talking about nationalities, because any NAT, the natural part of anything is that nature. And why is man a racist in the first place? And why are none of the other creatures on the earth racist? But you're the smartest, you're so-called smartest, but you become racist and you fight over dumb shit. So I'm not into that. In this show, I'm always going to talk about that, because that's just the way I am in real life, and I'm not going to change my real life and put on some kind of phony facade in here and act like it's something that I don't discuss all the time, because I always discuss that even when people talking about it. I ask them, what is black? What is red? We don't want the Washington Redskins to be called Redskins, because to us it's derogatory, because we're not Redskins, we're brown people. When they discovered us, you believe that shit, that we were actually discovered? When they discovered us, they called us the copper-colored people. I'm still copper-colored. Look at me. Same color as a penny. I'm still the same color as a penny. So 428 years ago, when they brought their nasty asses over here, well, how does he have that number? Yeah, I know. I know my numbers. So 428 years ago, when they came over here on that bullshit, then guess what? They seen copper-colored people. Well, we're still copper-colored. But we got different nations. But now we consider ourselves as First Nation. You see? And that's how that goes. But it has nothing to do with race. Racism is bullshit. Racism is only because of power. You can't be racist against somebody with no power. If you ain't got no kind of goods or nothing else, how you gonna? Or you don't control goods? If you don't control goods and lifestyle, you can't be racist. It doesn't matter. Your racism means nothing if you don't control anything. If you control something about a person, like if you control like their rent or something like that, and you're a racist, and everybody keeps the same rent except for certain people of different ethnicities, that you raise their rent and everybody else's rent stays the same, what? Then that's a racist move. That means you can be racist, but the person in that is actually having this rent raised on him, he can't be racist, because he don't control nothing. He don't control the food, the rent, the money. He don't control nothing. You can only be racist if you control something. If you don't control shit, you can't be racist. It's out of your league. You can just not like something. You can be bigoted towards, I just don't like that. Ew, well, I hate them. Well, so what? You can have hate for them, but you just can't be racist. We're about to talk about, so we were on the subject. I'll get back on to Roy. So what we like about Roy. You write I think that way too, Gil. But the beginning of the fight, Roy didn't really dominate in the beginning of the fight, but he dominated like the rest of the fight. After he did the chicken dance and messed Tony up, then Tony couldn't do shit because Tony was embarrassed and had to try to get back on track. And he never did. Just never could. Yeah. You said you writing a whole statement down there and all kind of little dots and stuff. He said, "Can I can I say what I think black is?" He said, "I think He said, "Now you don't know." You said, I made you think. This is grown folks chat. You're supposed to come in here and think. He said, "It's media then." He said, "My father buried in Jamaica. He white. I grew up there till 6. He said, "You're interesting. Interesting. I always say white myself. It's blonde hair, blue eyes, light brown eyes, black skin. I've never seen black skin." He said, "I don't say pure black like me." Okay, but what I'm saying is there's no person walking around that's actually black. Not even this color. This is dark brown. And this is a dark ass brown. And probably if you see it there, look at it. I'm not trying to advertise my glasses. You probably can't see it. It's Tom Ford, but some sunglasses. But I used to dabble in all the designer stuff, so I still have a whole lot of shit that I got to get rid of. I just don't find nobody who to give certain stuff to. But I will. You don't even see nobody that dark. But then you see somebody, you call people this color, that's black. You see somebody this color right here, black, like a shadow. Somebody black, you don't even know if it's their shadow or them, if they're actually black. Yeah. But Roy, the disappointment was the knockout. But we all lose, in life, man. And that was going to be a point in one show. I'll bring it up later. But to be great don't mean that you go undefeated. To be the best. If you go undefeated, that means you left something out there. You left a challenge out there that you wasn't willing to take on. Regardless if you lost to that challenge or not. If you retire anything, if you do undefeated, that means that's like a safety call. Like, oh, I better be safe. Now I'm undefeated. That's why you're undefeated. You can't go undefeated from the unknown. Nobody's that good. You're just not that good to be like from the unknown. You see what I mean? And that's what it is that you have to put yourself out there to the point to, where you can have some doubt, like, damn, I might not be able to get this. You see what I mean? I'll see you down there, D-Lo. Yeah, D-Lo in the house, y'all. Salute to D-Lo. Yeah. But you have to put yourself in a position to where you can lose. Or where you feel like, shit, I'm not comfortable with this fight. And I'm going to tell you, there's some fighters that lost, but even though they didn't fight everybody they should have fought too, though. Because that whole circle with Tommy Hearns, Marvin Hagler, Sugar Ray Leonard, but Sugar Ray Leonard, he can be a little bit excused, because he didn't have to really fight at middleweight or nothing like that. But they didn't fight McCallum. See? It's because that was like, when you have to fight somebody where it's going to be like it's going to be like, your reward is going to be big, but your fail could be just as big or bigger. And if you couldn't figure him out when he was in his prime, you wasn't going to fight him twice and figure him out. Now I can see that Sugar Ray might have beat him. He might have lost to him once. He might have beat him on the second one. But he would have been doing a whole lot of moving. He would have to use a whole lot of energy, to get that W in. But let's look at what Roy brings, though. Roy brings, if we look at the flashback, he still got a little bit of speed, got a little bit of movement. He don't have great power at that weight, but he still has power. So he brings those things. And I know you guys read the description and the truth. Well, we're going to get into that too. But I just want to talk about these two first, and we got our subject. Our subject matter went to. I don't know how these how the media, new media, in old media, always gets on this whole race thing, and I turn it off when I hear it, because I get tired of people talking about race. You're not no color. Even if you think you are, even if you feel comfortable calling yourself a color, that's not what you are. You're not a color. You're a nation somehow. Get back your nation. I know that we get conditioned to use certain stuff. We get conditioned to use certain languages and stuff like that, or using certain words and stuff like that. But you got to uncondition yourself from them. Or you got to stop and think sometimes, because you're old enough to think about it. Like, wait, what am I really saying when I say this? Oh, I see you down a lot of say, I'm still driving. She said, I'm still listening, but driving. I know, I hear you. Hey, you better be listening to me, girl. But you said Roy should have stayed at heavyweight. Yeah, all that jumping up and down. Yeah, that's a little bit too much. Still, I know what you meant. She said, and still. She's still. Yep, he should have stayed there though. And then you said we all mixed in a way. There's no such thing. You can't mix people. All you can do is you can mix characteristics, but you can't mix people. And here's where the idiots made their mistake. And I'm gonna tell this to Khabibs. Khabibs, this is where they made their biggest mistake. See, the biggest mistake when you try anything, any kind of false move, like any kind of genocide, and you don't have to necessarily kill by genocide. You can do what you call mixing up races all over the place for genocide. You could try to do that. But here's where the idiot makes his mistake, because he's just evil. And because when you work off of evil, you're not that big of a thinker. People think you're a thinker, but you're really not. Because here's the key is that you can't mix spirit. You see how your personality comes out and stuff like that, and your thought process? You can't mix that. Even if you don't believe in spirit, you can't mix your mind like that. You can't mix up your mind. I mean, if you were successfully breeded with an animal, like a pig, and then yeah, maybe then you could. But I never heard a pig really talk or nothing like that. So I don't think they're successful at doing that yet. But when it comes to the human genome, then you don't mix that. People don't teach you that. And science does not teach you that. Because they always talk about traits. They talk about traits, but they're not the deep into the mind. It won't be mixed. In your mind, you're not going to be mixed. So if you're saying you're mixed, or somebody say, oh, I'm mixed, I'm white and black. Okay, you're white and black. What's your brain? Is your brain two-piece too? You got two hemispheres in your brain, but are they mixed up? I'm white here, white, black. No, you only confuse yourself to think that way. But once your mind clears, then you're just comfortable. Hey, my skin is this color, but my mind, I think this way. This is the way my mind, when I'm saying your mind, I'm not talking about your conditioned mind. I'm talking about your spiritual mind, even though a lot of people don't believe in that. But that's where they made their biggest mistake, is that they couldn't switch the mind, but conditioning you and telling you that they took everything, and that's what keeps you from learning anything, because they told you they took everything. Oh, they took the language. Well, where'd they take it to? Well, tell them to bring this shit back. I'm going to make a fool out of you when you talk to me like that. When somebody takes your language, just go get it back. Where'd you take my language to? Well, go get it and retrieve it and bring it back over here and teach it to me. Yeah. The way they did us is we have these things, we have these celebrations that we use to enlighten the public, and they're called powwows. And so how we use those, before they were only allowed, like a powwow was only used for chiefs, medicine men, and then the elders and stuff like that. But then when we brought it out into public, and then the genociders, what they did is they did not allow the children to be involved. So you had to be like 50 years and older in order to participate, and in order to just ignore that in the background, in order to dance and stuff like that. So you had to be older. And the reason that was done, and see, that's how you take a language and stuff like that. So that's how it was taken. So they took it from just not letting you use it. But you can't necessarily, you can't take it because the elders still hold on to it and they give you something. And then you have to go elsewhere and then you get the rest. I'll just put it that way. I'll just say it. I'll say it like that because that makes it more palatable, because some people get all freaked out. Oh, this and that. You know what I mean? Yeah. But Callum, yeah, Jamaica, yeah, Callum was badass though. Yeah. Well, James Tony, no, they gonna always shout each other out. See, my people come in here, they do the same thing because there's grown folks in here. It's not not a bunch of kids come up in here. When kids come up in here, they get their ass toe up. When they come in here playing. Now Fridays, because Fridays I do my rap, and yeah, sometimes kids come in here, they want to come in here and play, and they get messed up. Yeah, so I didn't get to the Tyson side, so but we'll get there though. We say grown folks chat, so we'll talk about it. Yeah, yeah. McCallum, that's what they call him, the body snatcher, and that is a young lady. That's the queen up in here. Is Lala D Khabibs, and she did say hello to you. I see you put Lala, and then you put a little X there. I don't know what that is. Why you don't X her out now? You give her a heart or something, but don't be cheap, man. Don't give her an X. Yeah, just give her a heart, man. Yeah, give her a heart. Don't give her an X. And Mike is not the most underrated. See, what you got to understand is old media. They are the commentators that the mass majority of people have been listening to. And even in new media, a lot of times new media don't bring up. See, a lot of times new media does not bring up the stuff that we need to hear. Because they get favors, and what happens is new media is a lot of times, even new media, they don't think that they have favors, but they do. And so they have certain favors, and that's all they're gonna bring up. But we bring up everybody. Everybody we can, you know what I'm saying? We're not going to bring up, Joe, somebody like that, or, we're not going to bring up somebody like, say, for instance, you got somebody named Efren Glass Williams, and he 0-35. We're not bringing him up. No, he's not significant to boxing. All he is, he's the tune-up for people just getting into pro boxing. That's why he's 0-35. And he should never been allowed to get 0-35. His ass should have been out. Yeah. But don't get this stuff misconstrued, because of what science and what everybody teaches you. They're full of shit. Because the mind is different. The mind, see, that's why you have certain thoughts. That's why you're going to ask me certain questions, because your mind will be focused a certain way. And that's is by your own design. You see, was people that don't ask any questions, they can't go nowhere, because you're not. That means something is really twisted up in the mind, to where you never have a question about it. So I'm from Africa, but I don't know my African language. How come I don't have my African language? Have I ever tried to get it? Well, what part of Africa am I from? Because it's a big-ass country, or continent. It's not a country, believe it or not. It's a continent. And then they try to act like Egypt is not there, and Israel's not there. Guess what? That's the continent. They're still in Africa. They call it Northern Africa. They try to change it. Oh, it's Northern Africa. Or they call it Middle East. Get the F out of here. How in the hell are you going to be in the middle of the East? You explain that one to me. You're in the middle of the East. Who's on the side of the East? Who's west of the East? You in the middle of the East? Well, I'm left of the East. I'm right of the East. I'm in the middle of the East. The middle of the West. Is there a mid-north? And a mid-south? Get your ass all the way out of here. Stop listening and stop sticking to their narratives. When they come up with stories, just stop. You have to, at one point you got to grow up and say, you know what, I can't no longer listen to your bullshit about the origins of man and all this other stuff. I cannot. I can't see. I kill that argument too quick when people oh their life started in Africa. So everything else on the whole earth was just barren then. Since life didn't wasn't no birds here, nothing, right? Them shits, all them shits just flopped over here from Africa, right? Get 100% the F away from me with this stupid shit. The earth was populated with man, woman, and animals. All areas of the earth. Now, but when we talk about cave, you still had people in caves too, though. And then you had people over here that lived in caves, but the difference is when most of the people that lived in caves over here, they didn't live in caves. They just sheltered themselves in caves every once in a while. It got too hot, shit, you go in the cave and cool off. If you ever been into a cave, you know a cave is nice and cool. It's 100 degrees outside. You get in a cave, and the cave is like 63 degrees, 64 degrees or something. You feel nice and cool. You stay in there all damn day. And come out, you good. See? But then there's some hot caves too, though. So I'm not saying it like that. Yeah. Yes. That's right, we meet down there. He said school's in session. Let me see. I gotta read. Y'all blowing up. And don't y'all get too happy, man. Lala in here, y'all getting all happy. Oh, Lala in there. Let me just start talking to him. And I'm not gonna be and big. I don't really like your name right there. And brain is not universal. Big Peter, come in here with that bullshit. Brain is universal. Not like that. Because everybody's brain, like some people, that makeup, when it comes to that mind, they're not going to have the same feelings I have. You're not going to have connections with your own people. And they call it telepathic. That's what they call it. We don't call it telepathic. Not natives. We don't call it telepathic. We just know that people are there. You know what I mean? We know our people are here. You know what I mean? So I could feel my people just walking by me. I could feel them. Yeah. So y'all not putting nothing at me. So if y'all putting something at me, I'm gonna start reading stuff that's at me. I'm not gonna read everybody's stuff. That's up for my mods. If y'all see, if stupid shit seem like it's happening on this Monday, then y'all go ahead. Y'all know what to do, man. Y'all smash the shit out of them. I'll see you down there, Jake Brown. Jake Brown, salute, man. Jake Brown up in the house. He said salute Eagles way of boxing. Okay. Then he shouting out to Lala and all that. So right back then, them Canelo sympathizers. Oh yeah, sympathizers on my helmet today. They on patrol. D-Lo. D-Lo said they on patrol. I wouldn't see your video up in there. But Canelo, yeah, I see him. I read some of their stuff up there. I know they talking about, they saying shit like, he fight who he want to. See? But we break his ass down, D-Lo, too. I get his ass, too, D-Lo. And you know I get him all the time anyway. You see what I mean? I get his ass all the time anyway because I can't stand his punk ass. Because that's just, like I said, man, and you guys don't look at the small picture when it comes to this franchise and when it comes to certain stuff going a certain way. It's not, see, you're going to get in your feelings and you're going to be that's all race shit. They starting race. Stop the race shit. It's not race. It's agenda. There's a difference between agenda and race, but they go hand in hand. The little man takes it as race and he runs with it. The big man goes ahead and makes money off of it, and while you sitting there fighting over it. So you got to best believe that somebody, because this is a money world, somebody's making money while you're getting mad. While you in some kind of argument and fighting, somebody else is getting paid. And that's all it is. That's what it is. Yeah. But we know about Canelo. Canelo lost other fights besides Floyd, but that's okay. I'm not going to even keep getting into it because Laura got in his ass too. And you know, I'm just tired of him because, like I said, you're not going to throw that stamp on me. You're not going to throw a stamp on me and be like, okay, yeah, that's franchise, and get me all excited like I'm a groupie fan. Oh yeah, he's franchise champ, man. You can't touch that, man. Get your ass all the way out of here with that. Yeah. Okay, y'all saluting out good. Okay, so Big Peter came in here and got his ass fly swatted. Said Queen Law D. is in the web today. Salute. And who is this Queen Lala D? Is somebody just making up profiles? Queen Lala D, I don't like you. I like Lala D. But this Queen Lala D, I don't like you. And I'm just getting down. Yeah, I'm kind of slow. Yeah. D-Lo said Middle East is a oxymoron. It's just a plain ass moron. It's a moronic statement. And people, yeah, oxymoron. It's an oxymoron, but it's just dumb shit. Why you even have stuff like oxymoron? We got oxymoron. English is the most confusing language there is, man. If it wasn't for that damn if, ands, and buts, English would be okay. And all this twisted shit that they change the language every freaking year. Your language ain't supposed to change. You use the same thing. Gil said, Big Peter, why don't you shut the fuck? Okay, so Big Peter, y'all beating up on him. Yeah, and then shit, Jay Brown just came in here. He going off on somebody. He said, Big Peter, take that dumb shit somewhere else. Yeah, we gonna say the words up in here. This is grown folks chat. Ain't no kids up in here. Told you, man. Get your ass up out of here. Yep. Yeah, D-Lo 404 said, yeah, he just got clipped. Yeah, D-Lo, you already know what it is, D-Lo. You know that you come in here. Yeah, my web watchers ain't gonna give you too much of a chance. You a web watcher yourself. You know, y'all ain't gonna, I already understand. I know that y'all not gonna give people that much of a chance. Like, hey, you come in here all twisted, then they gonna straighten your shit out. If they can't straighten you out, they gonna finish twisting your ass up a little bit more and get your ass up out of here. Like, get your ass up out of here. See, I'm trying to talk. You feel me? And so I can't. You see, I can't get all of my talk out and then monitor their ass at the same time. I got to go back through and get them, but you guys get them before I get to them. That's cool. Because he was in school. He was learning. He's learning. So now we finally can get to the other side. Damn. Oh, damn. Now y'all done got another one. Who is this? And where's Don Dada? Don Dada, is that you? Are you trolling me? Because I haven't seen you for a while. You got a bunch of accounts. Don't come in here trolling Eagle, man. Get up in here and act right. But I know Don, if I blame him for it, he'll hit the live up afterwards, after the rerun, and he'll be in there, you know. He'll be like, oh, now I'm trolling. I'm like, no, I don't know, man. Get your ass up in here. Yeah, but get the hell out of here. But Tyson, we already know Tyson for, you know, his ferocity and stuff. And so we know that he comes out, you know, blazing when he's right. But then he got a little bit out of it. And I'm not going to say because of drugs, mental illness, or anything else. I'm just going to say that he did, whatever happened. And then his fighting style and his energy and everything else, his demeanor, he turned into not just the mauler brawler, he turned into the biter and everything else, the elbower, and he's talking about somebody who's fighting dirty. He throws shoulders, elbows. He'll hit you a lot of different shit, and probably headbutt your shit too. Probably headbutt you too, and try to break your arm too, twisting your arm, biting you. So he had a lot of tricks up his sleeve as far as like dirty shit. Hitting your ass in the back of the head, hitting you when you're down. All right, this is all kinds of shit. Hitting you lower, like hitting you on your lower leg. Oh, this is all kinds of shit that he would do. So, but right now, let's say that he's refreshed and let's say everything's together. Now, I'm not going to say, I don't like to talk about people's mentality like that. So let's just say that all the faculties and everything is back together. So, is he gonna come back and do what he needs to do to get this W? Now, for the most part, in Eagles Web, what I noticed from our chat when we did discuss it, we talked about it, I would say that 90% of the people that come in Eagles Web is going for Roy Jones. And I can see Tyson, maybe he'll have some flashbacks and come out smoking like that. He might come out smoking. But there's only one smoke, and we know who that is. Everybody know who the smoke is. And that's Frazier. And I love to see it. Yep. Everybody know I'm sick. a little. Sometimes I'm sick, so y'all got to just forgive me if you have to forgive me, or just take it for what it is. Just like, okay, that's just what it that's just what. Because that's the real left hook action right there. Yeah. Gil said, "Yeah, Don don't want smoke Donna." Yeah, I haven't seen him for a while, man. Oh damn, Jay on you, Jay Jay Brown on you, Gil. He said Gil got these trolls up there. Yeah. Hey, but Harry, don't worry about Hurricane. I'm not worried about. That's the only. I'm not worried about Hurricane Gil. Lala ain't had to mess. She driving right now, but Lala ain't had to mess nobody up. But don't worry, the Queen. If she need to put hands on you, she'll put hands on you too. So let the chat flood. Well, we had 3 or 4 of them. Just 3 or 4. 3 or 4 ain't too bad. And then I guess my boy start shutting up after a while. Well, he had a whole chat going on by himself, didn't he? That Khabib, he had his whole chat going on by himself, man. But trying to explain stuff to people all the time is just, it's frustrating. But that's what I do anyway. That's my real job, y'all, is to teach people stuff like that. Stop listening to the shit. The shit that you learned in school was bullshit. Just stop paying attention to all that stuff, man. But and stop feeling down and out and shit. If you know you're somebody, then that's who the hell you are, man. Don't let people tell you because you had one parent that was one that you felt was one way and another parent that was something else. Whatever your mind came out to be, that's what you are. And it will come through, like it artistically or something. Something's gonna come through, man. You know what I mean? It comes through. It comes through your ancestry. And I'm when I say it comes through in your ancestry, I'm not talking about ancestry.com. I'm talking about it comes through in your ancestry, and eventually it will bubble through. And sometimes it takes a while. For some people it happens right away, and some people it just takes, it's in the back and it's in. They just keep it, and all of a sudden boom, they just let it out because they get frustrated with all the bullshit around them, and then they let it out, and that's what happens. Is eventually you let it out. Eventually you'll let labels go, like you'll stop being like black and brown and all that. You'll take over a nation. Shit. I mean, there's things that have certain names. I mean, there's birds that are red, but a lot of them have different names too. There's birds that are blue, and they take on that name, bluebird, because they are actually, if you look at them, that's what you see. You see blue. But some of the red birds, you got like cardinals and stuff like that. You got birds that have like orange in them, like robins and other ones, orioles. You got different, but they all have their own like name. And some of the names are not proper and for the bird themselves, because sometimes man will just name stuff, certain shit that it shouldn't even be named, but they'll just name it. But if you look back at the Latin, because that's where people usually go back, they look at, especially English is made up of French, Latin. You go back to the Latin words and stuff like that, and then you can figure stuff out. But you got to go further back than just Latin, because where did Latin come from? And then you go end up with the Greek and all that. Then you got to even go further back. See? But why, in the first place, if you do a history on it, why did language have to split so much? Why did you go from Greek to Latin, and then and here's the real question: is why was Latin wiped out so rapidly? It was just completely wiped up off the map, but they still use it for a lot of practices, like in law practices and medicine. Why? And a lot of people just aren't into Latin. And why they're using Latin so much? It's to keep you confused, right? Because Latin is kind of confusing, right? But Latin is very important also, because there's a lot of things you can do with Latin to escape certain things like crimes and everything else. Not necessarily mean that you're a criminal, but to get out of a lot of things that are criminal. If you're versed in Latin, you don't have to be versed in the law as much as if you're is versed in Latin. Because even if you use Latin phrases, if you use a couple of legal Latin phrases and you throw some other Latin phrases in there, then they don't, and then you are probably going to take over as the judge in that jury, because everybody is going to have to understand you. And once you make them understand you, if you're the person that has to be understood, then you are the actual judge yourself. He's just part of the jury. Or you turn his, if you turn up a bigger notch, then he's just a clerk. Because the position in a court is only as powerful as the person who's speaking. So if you assume more power, then you can actually make other people step down. It's because of your versatility with the language itself. But anyway, I'm going from Roy Jones. Maybe by knockout, or he gonna run the shit out of Mike Tyson if he get hurt. It should be funny. It should be fun. But the reason I'm talking about the truth is because we got a lot of liars today. A lot of them. Like the cinnamon buns, we got his ass in there. He's lying. And this is a question on one of these fighters: is what is Danny saying, and why is Danny using language like he's a casual all of a sudden? Because he's acting like now he's saying the same thing that a lot of casuals were saying, that Earl was so exposed by Porter and he was so exposed by Mikey. When we know he just used Mikey for a side of beef and just slaughtered Mikey, and Mikey just hung in there. You're not always going to knock out somebody this little or smaller, right? And for people to say that, and stop saying that, because you make yourself sound casual and you're going to sound dumb. And I'm going to remind you that Muhammad Ali wasn't even 200 pounds when he won the heavyweight crown. Was he smaller? He got the knockout and he was smaller. So what was the difference in weight? Look at Earl's weight difference versus Mikey's weight difference. But in this case, Earl won. But Ali won the heavyweight championship. What was the weight difference? What was the weight difference? Was it over 20 pounds? It was a lot of weight, wasn't it? And he damn sure didn't come in heavier. He came in at 199 when he fought Liston. So y'all stop it. And like I always keep mentioning, how many people was he ever bigger than that he did fight? That he was just huge compared to them. Everybody's worried about this whole size thing. I've seen like a person of size get their ass clocked and knocked completely the hell out by somebody who was small. So stop it. It doesn't change for boxing. It's that heart of a lion. It's that heart that's gonna get it done. It's always that heart. When I say heart, that's the mind. It's not the pump that they falsely call a heart in your chest. That's a false heart. That's not a real heart. The thing that's in your chest, that's a pump. That pumps your blood. Your heart is in your mind, man, in your brain. That's where your real heart is. This one here don't feel nothing. You don't got no feel. Oh, I feel it in my heart. You stupid. That's your mind. Your heart got enough job trying to pump that damn blood in one. You think your heart gonna be trying to have feelings too? Shit. Huh? That's your CPU right in here. That's your central processing unit. Your heart just pump. It's telling that heart, hey, keep going, heart. And the heart gets so used to doing it, he don't even need brain to tell him no more. Sometimes the heart just be going. I'm pumping. I'm doing my job, boss. That's what it do. So stop with that. Stop with that shit, man. All this size. I'm tired of hearing the weight bully. I'm tired of hearing that. Because there is no weight bully. You're going to either win or you're going to lose, no matter what size you are. You're going to win or lose. You're going to win or lose. Of course, there's extremes. You can have extremes in the sport, and the extreme may be 15 pounds, but that's like if a guy could never gain more than, like a guy he just can't weigh more than 130, but he wants to fight at 147. He goes ahead and does it. Yeah, of course, because he has physical limits. But these same guys is walking around at 185, 190, and then they fighting at 135. Get your ass all the way out of here talking about somebody's a weight bully. Shit, when you bullying donuts and shit when you're not in the training. Yeah. So get out of here with that. Yeah. JT the Brown up in there. He said They chose the man that's been more active. Roy last fight was February 2018. Tyson last fought in 2005. When you old, activity is a big factor, and that's exactly right. And that's true. That's real talk right there. And well, that's like the best point you can make. And I'll be honest with you, that's the best point you can make. But at the same time, there's some people that it's just they physically, they just have certain attributes where they just come out and just do shit that they haven't done in years and years. They can just do it. Was Tyson that person? I don't think so. Tyson had to train to get where he was at. Is Roy Jones that person? I'm not sure. But there's a handful of people. It's not a whole lot of them. Some people just run out of it, just ain't done shit. And I had a friend that was, just probably, I would say he's world class track and field athlete, 100 meters or whatever. And one day he was messing with his dad and stuff. He wanted to race his dad. And his dad came out, I don't even know what he had. He might have had on slippers or something. But his dad came out and smoked him and went back into the house. And everybody just looked at him and just was shaking their head. It's like, damn, man, all that training. And when I say he was world class, he was world class. So 100 meters, he was in that low 10 range, you know what I mean? Like 10-0 something fast. And his dad smoked him. So some people, it's like that. That's shameful when your dad comes out and smokes you like that or beats the shit. Well, a dad will whoop your ass though, because that's one thing. Like a smart dad is not just won't teach you everything. I'm gonna teach my son this, and that, but I got to keep this. Yeah, Gil Cole stupid. He said Nate Robinson versus Jake Paul. Chris Paul, you talking about, right? Yeah, Nate Robinson and Chris Paul on the other card. He is stupid. He said Roy said they not wearing headgear and using 12-ounce gloves. It don't matter. 12-ounce gloves. It don't matter. But nobody got any thoughts on Danny? Is Danny talking shit? I just want to know. Anybody in my web got any thoughts on Danny talking shit? Like he got Earl's number. Like he gonna. The only number you got, Danny, is you about to get your ass whooped number. You gonna have a number of a man down. That's about all Danny gonna have. Danny gonna have that number of man down. Like, oh, I got man down up in there. That's all you gonna get. That's all Earl is lining up man down for your ass, even if he don't knock you out, which I think he probably will knock you out. Because you even though you talk shit about Mikey, I don't think your body is not. You can't absorb as much body work as Mikey can. You cannot. Your shit has always been soft. Earl gonna tenderize your shit. I'm telling you right now. And he left-handed, so that left hook shit. You both on the same side, and you gonna be trying to get away from your own left hook. Because that's, see, I don't think it's gonna work out for you, son. I don't think it's gonna be working out for you. If you trying to get that left hook action, you gonna have to move. You got to move into that right. You gonna have to move into the jab. You gonna move right into the jab. You gonna move right into that. That's what you gonna move right into. Then I think your ass in trouble. And cinnamon bun, nope. Franchise, yes. World dominator, nope. Who's the real truth? Is Earl still the real truth? Charlo. We got to see this one. But you know what I don't like is everybody. Why is nobody talking about Charlo? When it comes to that damn cinnamon bun, is it they just not gonna talk about him? All I hear is Andres. I keep hearing that all day long. But how come I'm not hearing nothing about Charlo? Did everybody know that's just not gonna be a reality? And so everybody just gave up on it? Oh, that Charlo, that shit ain't gonna happen. So everybody just gave up on Charlo, like Charlo ain't shit. You know what I mean? Don't you have to unify with him? Eventually somebody gonna have to fight him. I'm telling you, these fighters talk a lot of shit, man. They ain't the truth, man. They scared to death of Charlos. Them Charlos is something else, though. Them Charlos is they strong. They can take a shot and they can deliver a shot. And that's the whole thing, man. It's just like when you get into boxing and stuff, it's like, I'm going to hit, but I'm going to get hit back. You see what I mean? The scariest thing about them Charlos is at one point in the fight, you know you're going to get, you have to get into an exchange. You're going to have to get into an exchange. And see, people don't, that's what they don't want, is they don't want to get into them exchanges. See? Yeah, I had to go back and put this up here again because you guys couldn't hear a word I said. But I was going through these. I said this. So let me start this whole part over. I said they don't want the Charlos, and this is what I'm saying. The reason they don't want Charlo is because of this type of action. That's why they don't want Charlo. They don't want Charlo because of this. Because they know they're gonna get into them exchanges. That's why they don't want Charlo. They don't want Charlo because they know they're going to be doing the kneeling drunken man. So you're going to end up doing the kneeling drunken man if you end up with Charlo, because you know you're going to have to exchange with him. And that's what Canelo don't want. Canelo don't want that. He fought Floyd. Floyd don't have as much crack as Charlos do. And this is the kind of treatment, this is what is going to end up with happening to him if you end up getting in exchange with the Charlos. Because eventually, you're not going to be able to run forever. You're going to get cracked. And Cinnamon Bun is made to order because he's not a big mover. He moves at his mid-range. He has his range where he likes to fight, and that's it. But when he does that, that's perfect for Charlo. Because once he gets into his range to fight, he's going to be throwing punches, and guess what? Charlo going to be throwing punches too. And what happens when you throw punches with Charlo? If you both throwing bombs at the same time, what usually happens? See? And you end up like this, trying to figure out, okay, why did I fight? Why am I a fighter? You see what I mean? Why am I a fighter? That's what you try to end up finding out. And that's what you're going to have to find out messing with them Charlos. Let me get back in here. You're stupid, though. You're talking about Nate Robinson. Downey sound crazy, too. Said Mikey exposed he belonged in a straight jacket for saying that crap. Yeah, Jay Titten Brown said that. Yeah, of course. Of course he does, Jay. Of course he does. He out of his damn mind, sounding all extra He sound extra casual, not even regular casual. Oh, he got exposed and blah, 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 blah. He going to have, see what I'm saying? Everybody, and then you get people following you, and they going to follow you for that same hype, like, and believe in you. Oh, yeah, I'm going to go with Danny. Yeah, he said this and that. Just because of what he said. Let his mouthpiece is going to get his ass pieced up is what it's going to do. Because Earl gonna tell him before the fight. Earl gonna tell him the same thing. Keep that same energy, like Mike. Keep the same energy about me being exposed. Since I'm exposed, I want you to expose me again from round one on, and we gonna see. Yeah, we meet till this day. We are kings. He said at least we see Danny Swift. He put the DSG. Don't they got something else called SG, MSG, right? Yeah, that's what Danny gonna end up being anyway. DSG gonna end up just being nothing but MSG in the ring with EJ. So MSG, better known right now as DSG by We Me. So DSG, aka MSG, is gonna try to sprinkle his flavor enhancement on Earl because he think he got it like that. I don't see it. So all this talk. So that was the main thing right there. That was the main talk right there. The main talk is just that right now that so Danny's the truth basically. So basically that's what I'm saying is just Danny is the truth. And so what we got to try to figure out is how many subs is Danny gonna get for his bullshit? You see? How many subs he gonna get? How many people he gonna get believing like, oh yeah, I am the best. Oh, I'm gonna get Earl because yeah, he got exposed. Oh, y'all ride with me, fam. Y'all ride with me. That's clout, and that's that box. That's that bread box. Shit. I know he wouldn't fight him if it was a certain amount of money. I know he wouldn't be fighting Earl. He'd be like, oh, I'm good. But even though he have to, let your ass take a pay cut. You ain't gonna. Yeah, that's high risk. That's too high a risk if you ain't getting paid enough. And I can see some fighters that they want to argue their money, but hey, right now you just like the rest of it. A lot of us ain't making the same money that we usually make. Same thing. And I know a lot of people gonna ride with him. A lot of people thinking, oh yeah, he gonna do this, he gonna do that. You ain't gonna do shit. And why are you always losing the big fights anyway? Have you won a big fight? Who got your belt from you? And I'm going to tell you something about Earl. See, Earl is the big brother in welterweights. He's the big brother. That's Sean's big brother, believe it or not. That's Sean's big brother. Because Sean, see, and we probably talked about this before. See, because here's Sean. Sean loses his belt to the foreigner. A foreigner comes over and just takes Sean's belt like nothing. And so Big Brother say, I ain't got no strap yet. You don't want your strap, Sean? You don't want it. You don't want to go get that revenge, go get your strap back? All right, I'll go get it. So he goes and get his strap. And old Swiffy, MSG, DSG, so he think that, okay, so, Sean, I'm going to season his ass up and tenderize him and retain my title with him. Although Big Brother already went and got one of his belts because he know that Sean is not a strap keeper. See, sometimes you got strap holders and you got strap keepers. And so far, we haven't seen too many strap keepers. It's not a lot of strap keepers. There's some strap holders. And don't start throwing that bullshit up to me, talking about the franchise champ is a keeper. He's not a keeper. Because he's on that BS level to where he ain't getting them fights in there. So Big Charlo, Big Twin, he's a strap keeper. Right? That's one of them. Who else is a strap keeper? And you can't say him. You cannot say him. So at middleweight, that's the strap keeper, right? Do we have a strap keeper at light middleweight or super welterweight, however you want to call it? Do we have a strap keeper? What about at welterweight? At welterweight, we got two strap keepers. One has the WB Oops belt, and that is Bud. See, I give Bud his credit. So he's a strap keeper, and Earl's a strap keeper. Sean ain't a strap keeper. Danny's not a strap keeper. They just strap holders. Know where they holding shit. Oh, here you go, boss. Here, I had your strap. Here you go. Earl the boss. That's Big Brother, man. Earl is Big Brother. Everybody want to be like Earl. And they feel like they can now because he had an accident. Or he had an accident. I think I can get him now. And why are you praying on somebody when they think they had an accident? Huh? Does that make you great? If you pray on somebody that you feel that like an accident hurt them to the point to where they might not be able to beat you, if you pray on them, does that make you a great champ? Or what makes you a great champ? You say, I'm gonna talk to the organization, and I'm gonna let him fight somebody else, just to see if he still belongs in boxing, because I want him to be great when I fight him. Now, which one sounds like a greater move? Now, does it just take me to think about that, and I'm not fighting? If you fighting, what should you think about in order to get somebody else, some credit to give back to yourself? Are you gonna get as much credit? Or you don't care? You just strap chaser. I'm a strap chaser. But you're not a holder though. You're not a holder because what's gonna happen? If you had to fight Keith again, or you got to fight Sean again, then there goes your straps again. If you did win, you're not a strap holder. You're a strap holder. You just hold strap like, oh, here you go. Just like we had a couple of people came in here today that had to get smashed up. They not permanent. They not web watchers. They are people that come in to watch the web or troll the web. They web trollers. And web watchers take on web trollers a certain way. They wrap their ass up, throw them out, or throw their ass off the cliff. Either way. Either they can't come back or they can come back and be good. Same thing with these straps. So, who's the truth? I guess Danny's the truth. And we're going to see if Danny's the truth. Because we just ain't getting no fights. When we getting fights, we starting to get fights now, but the fights that we need, that we need to have, but nobody's saying nothing. So there's certain fights that we need. I need Tank to get his ass in there and get these challenges done. I need Haney to get in there and get these challenges done. Because you got even Sean hating on Haney. With Sean. Because everybody is thinking that that Leo is gonna get it done, but Tank can't get it done, and I got a problem with that. Because one thing I never seen, Tank has never really had his chin like really tested or nothing like that. But the one thing about Tank, man, and you can't, it's undeniable about Tank is you can't deny that power that he got. It might a lot of times. So sometimes fighters. The thing with fighters is sometimes a powerful puncher can take powerful punches. He's just not powerful. He can take powerful punches. He's punches powerful and can take. Because I'm telling you, man, Jamal is like that, and Jamel's like that. That they can hit your ass hard and they can take hard shots. That's rare, and you got two of them that can do the same thing. That's very rare. Because usually if you have a hard-ass puncher, they can't take hard shots. And George Foreman, what happened is George Foreman, so George Foreman is the hardest puncher in boxing history, the hardest puncher. But he would get surprised by big punches, but he could take big punches. If he knew big punches was coming, he could take them. Now, he could get surprised by them, but when you're a big puncher like that, when you're the biggest puncher in the history, and it's up for debate, I'll debate you on it, but for punch, George Foreman is just hit the hardest in boxing. Ain't and we already knew that we had such hard punches. We gotta look at it again. I'm sorry, y'all. Um, I just have to show it again. So George Foreman, even when he took out, like when he took out the smoke, you feel me? When he took out the smoke, he took out the smoke. It was like, God dang. It was something else when he took out the smoke. But even the smoke could hit. Let's look at this. I'm just saying, because we're talking about the hardest punch, but look. Yeah, I know. I'm kind of cruel with it, but just to hear it and see it, and you realize as hard as that punch was, and you know what I mean, just to realize how hard that punch was, and then of course, which we call it is, and George just hits that much harder than what Frazier hit, and I don't know who this Rex is, but I don't know what the hell you're talking about. You got me mixed up with somebody else because there's another Eagles web, but there's not a Eagles web, a real Eagles web but me. You know, so I don't know what the hell you talking about. And so you can just go ahead and get your ass up out of here. I don't know. I don't know if y'all still up in here. Yeah. Gil said let Daddy talk his ish. Yep. Yeah, Danny running it though, Gil. Yeah, Danny running that. Danny got them facial muscles going. He got them facial muscles going like he gonna do something. But we're gonna see. We're gonna see about it. Cause you got a lot of people just talking. You got because and see now we talked about the two. We started off the top of the show. We talked about the two retired champs, but we had to end up talking about life and some other stuff because people come in here and they're not as grown as I feel that they are sometimes, or they just want to learn, which is cool. You come in and learn. But yeah, you got somebody like AJ. Now, somebody like this. Think about it. Just think about this. Can he, say it again. I'm taking my time by saying it, by repeating it. Can he right there, that guy right there, on the hands and knees, the twerk master, can he tell somebody that wants to make a comeback, can he tell them legitimately that he's so much bigger and so much stronger now? Oh, we're much bigger and we're much stronger now as athletes than you guys were. And I'm speaking to him, talking to Tyson or anybody. Are you serious? You got people at lower weights that want to fight you, man. Get your ass 100% out of here with that, trying to tell somebody if they can come back or not. Don't tell people if they can come back or not. You know, don't tell people, oh, you can come back, but you probably shouldn't come back. You shouldn't have the right to say nothing. You got the right to do what you was doing, and that's remain silent. Just shut your ass up. You feel me? Just shut up and do what you got to do. Because it's too much heavyweight talk, and we need to see too much. We need to see what Wilder can come back and do. Wilder can be the truth. We need to see what you can do. If you're gonna just run, if you run another fight, you might as well just go ahead and retire. We got to see what the Coke Crack King is gonna do. If he's still gonna be in boxing, because that believe it or not, people, that still may come to haunt him. Cause you dealing with a lot of people but you're dealing with a lot of people that work with deception. So you always got to be aware of that. You have to be aware. So don't be fooled. because you got to be aware. And if it happens, don't act like you didn't see it coming. Oh shit, I didn't know. Oh yeah, I guess he really did do something. Don't act stupid, okay? Just stop that shit, okay? If it comes back and he does something happens to him in boxing, that's just what it is. There's always got to be some kind of scandals or something like that. Gil said AJ about to fight Pulev, yeah. Yeah, if they still get it on. And I don't see this is what I don't understand. So Joyce just had his warm up for Dubois, right? I'm just thinking. So why don't AJ fight Dubois or something? Something need to happen, man. I'm just the whole boxing thing, the boxing in a shell, in a bubble, or whatever you want to call it, man, that shit's killing me. I'm tired of all this shit, man. New face of boxing. That's what I'm saying. Go back over here. So who's the replacement? Who's the truth? That's the truth. We were looking at the truth, but who else is the truth? Huh? Who else is the truth? And that's what we need to see, man. We need to see who's going to be the truth, man. Because I don't know. I couldn't even do the whole I couldn't even do a half a show on Danny. I can only do like 10 minutes, 15 minutes on Danny, if at the most. I just couldn't do it. Because he's acting like he's the truth. Like that's my new position. And we'll get into it some more. You know, the show ended up, like I said, sometimes we got to come in here and we got to get lessons. And a lot of times I got to give out them lessons and stuff. And that's just what it is. And, you know, if you got to do it, you know, if I got to do it, that's what I got to do. Because I'd rather do that than, sometimes I'd rather do that than talk show. Or just give out the truth. Hey, this is lessons we could have to be given out there so people can understand. You know, so it is what it is. And we're going to do what we do. And we're going to let this Monday, we're going to try to shorten it on Monday. Well, it's hard to shorten something that's already been, you know, pretty long. So, but anyway, we'll shorten it up for a little taste here. And we'll get up out of here. But great, always great seeing y'all. Always good to talk to y'all on the Monday, man. First thing y'all see, or not the first thing, I'm the Eagles, not the first thing y'all see on Monday. But I appreciate everybody that came through. I appreciate you trolls for coming through and getting smashed up, because it just shows me that my mods is on their A game when it comes to smashing stupid ass trolls. But anyway, my shout out to all the real people that I see. My shout out to all y'all that mess with me. Nothing but blessings, y'all. I'm gonna catch y'all, man.